Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. Before we start, go ahead and check out the final episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto was trained to be a mercenary. So go ahead and enjoy that. But for now, I'm going to be giving you part 10 of What If Naruto joined the Akatsuki. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune because after this, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had 9 Keke Genkai. So stay in tune for that and enjoy guys. And if you're new to the channel and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join both channels. And thank you all for your help and your support. And welcome to the Anime King family. And remember to go ahead and comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. Let's begin, shall we? So, the last time we left off, Nagato, after Orochimaru sealed a hole in Naruto's chest, Nagato used a Rainy Rebirth as Naruto was in the mindscape as he was drifting off the darkness, but he then felt the power coming back to him as Naruto snapped his eyes open in the real world as he let out a devastated roar that could be heard. There was also a blast of wind that came out of his body, pushing away Nagato and Orochimaru as Kakashi, Tsunade, Sakura and Sasuke heard the roar as they just feel like that was Naruto as they were starting to get scared. Now he's back, and after 2 times they did bad things to him, what would he do to them now, as they know that he will no longer have any more slight remorse or what happened when Sasuke caught him off guard and tried to kill him. Naruto woke up as he was happy. His body didn't feel cold again as he was back alive, and Hinata was devastated what happened, so she didn't want to spend another day without Naruto. She wanted to be with him. So after that, they all celebrated as Hidan also came over as he quit with the Akatsuki. He said that he's just going to go to a church where they worship Jashi, as he's just going to live there and might become the boss someday. As Hidan brought them whiskey and all of them drink until they were drunk. And Konan said that she's going to train Hinata to make her become stronger. And Nagato with his legs are going to teach Naruto to the best of his ability now, seeing that he can move around and keep up. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can stroke across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this story, shall we? We go to Tsunade as they have gotten help back at Konoha. Yamato decided to be their inside man for news, and Kurenai as well. Seeing that she was pregnant, no one suspected her. Right now, Kakashi, Uncle, Tsunade, they all took point, carrying the heavy things as they were walking ahead. Sasuke and Sakura follow close behind, while Asuma and Shikamaru cover the rear. They were all cautious of an enemy attack, being Akatsuki or Anvu. Sasuke and Sakura were still shaken up from Naruto's surprisingly return, but they were actually glad that he was not dead. It took a heavy weight off of their chests. Sakura whispered to Sasuke, "What do we do? Do they expect us to try and kill him again? If all go well, then we won't have to," he said. "Will you?" she asked. "Yes, if he becomes a danger to you, I will have to do it." "How can you say that so easily?" she asked. "Because I love you, and I won't let anything hurt you." "And yet, you left us alone for 3 years," she said. "Sakura, that was different." "I know. You wanted to kill Itachi and betray everyone. You have the power that you always wanted. So, do you want to find Itachi and kill him same way?" "Right now, I have more important things than revenge. I have you," he said. "Did you figure that out before or after you tried to kill Naruto?" she said, as Sasuke tightened his fist as he was getting pissed at her. "God damn it, Sakura. Shut the hell up about Naruto. He betrayed us. He betrayed you." "Sasuke," she said, with her eyes filling with tears. Konoha is dead to him right now. He's not coming back. He is going to try and attack and destroy the village. Right now, everyone was looking at them. Naruto would not. That's not his way, she said. The Naruto that we know is dead, Sakura. He's never coming back. I have faith, said Sakura. Then give me some of that faith, said Sasuke, as tears started to run down his face. He was my best friend, and I just don't know what to do anymore. Sakura then came up to him, as she gave him a hug. Kakashi then looked at Tsunade. So where exactly are we going now? I thought we were going to the land of fire. This is not the route, he said. We are not going there, said Tsunade. I just did that because Anvus must have been listening, scout birds, gathering information. Danzo will go there and he would have no choice but to tell Mifune that he's after us. And knowing that we're not guilty, Danzo will gain suspicious on himself, and I am hoping that the other Kages will ask him for answers. Great plan, but where exactly are we going? Kakashi asks. We're going to the only place right now that we won't be found. We're going to the ruin of Uzu, the birth of the Uzumaki clan. With Danzo, he just got the information from a scout bird, so those idiots really think that they can get away from me by going to the land of iron. As he smirked, he then walked into a room as two Anvus were holding down a man as his head was underwater. As the man was beaten and bloody, Danzo nodded as they pulled the man up. It was Might Guy. You know Kakashi Hatake more than anyone else left in this village. By law, we cannot touch a pregnant Kurenai, and Iruka doesn't know anything. Tell us what they are up to. They must have tell you something. As Guy simply laughed, I cannot let my eternal rival lose to a power-hungry monger like you. So be it. Again, said Danzo, as the man sank Guy's head underwater. Keep this up for a few hours. If he does not talk, take off one of his toes. Yes, Grand Hokage, said the Anfu. With Naruto, Hinata, Nagato, and Konan, they were standing in a large arena. Up at the stands, Deidara, Sasori, Hidan, Itachi sat there, and in front of them was Orochimaru, as he was the owner of the arena. Orochimaru called out to the four in the arena, gaining their attention. Naruto and Nagato, step to your left please. They did as they were told as Orochimaru pushed the button. A large wall then came out of the ground, separating Naruto and Nagato from Konan and Hinata. What is your training exercise, Orochimaru? Nagato said as he was not informed about anything like this. Quite simple. On either side of the court, there is a colored flag. You have 10 minutes to think of a plan and prepare yourself. 10 minutes and the wall will drop and you will try to capture your enemy flags. Capture the flag, huh? What are the other rules and restrictions? Naruto asked. No genjutsu or sage art, and no interference from outside guests. Hinata raised her hand. Can I use my Byakugan? I will allow it, yes, said Orochimaru. Nagato smirked evilly. Can I use the... As Konan spoke from the other side of the wall. If you use the Gedo statue, I would beat you to death and kiss the corpse, she said. Geez, I was just asking. I love you too, he said. Orochimaru then waved his hand for them to stop talking as he turned over a glass, giving them the 10 minutes. As the two teams moved away from the wall and went over to their flag to create a plan. 10 minutes later, all the sand reached down into the bottom of the glass. As Orochimaru smiled, he was going to enjoy the fun. Over on Naruto and Nagato's side, there was hundreds of clones. Hinata and Konan just stood on a paper podium as they waited. Attention my friends, let the games begin, said Orochimaru as he pressed another button as the wall came down. The wall dropped as the army of Shadow Clones laughed at the empty threat that they faced. As Hinata and Konan just smiled on the podium, the original Naruto and Nagato emerged from the army. Is this a joke? Naruto asked. I don't know, is it? Said Konan. Do you expect to take our flag with only the two of you? Asked Nagato. I don't expect to be fighting all of you, said Konan. Hinata, now! Hinata and Konan pulled off their t-shirt as they were topless underneath. Hidan fell off his chair as Itachi and Deidara mouth dropped wide open as Sasuke's arm fell off. As Konan and Hinata stood there topless, striking a pose as the Shadow Clones were paralyzed from their original master who stood frozen in place with their nose bleeding. Now proceed to disable the clones and troublesome boyfriends, said Konan. You ready? Hinata asked. Oh yeah, we're friends after all. As Hinata then held on to Konan as she pulled her close as the both of them started to make out, making it even worse for Naruto and his clones as everyone was frozen as one by one the Shadow Clones shot up into the air powered by their nosebleed as the room was raining Nagato and Naruto's blood as the clones were poofing away. Naruto, what's going on? Asked Nagato, who was stuttering. But Naruto was not beside him. He was on the ground, passed out. As Nagato then looked back up at the scene. No, he said, as his nosebleed got worse as it sent him flying back to the wall as he passed out. Well, that was easy, said Konan, as they got the flag as the both of them were jumping up and down, making it even worse until they put on back their t-shirt. As Orochimaru shook his head, simple human desires. The winners are Konan and Hinata. Hidan and Itachi grabbed Naruto and Nagato to the side as they pour cold water on them as the both of them woke up as they shake their head, flashing away the water. Did we win? Naruto asked. Hidan laughed. No, you two got wasted by two girls with really nice boobs. Nagato placed his face in his hands. I have dishonored myself. Here they come to boast, he said, as Konan and Hinata walked up next to them. As the both of them were giggling and grinning to annoy Naruto and Nagato. Maybe next time, said Konan. Orochimaru, next exercise please, said Naruto. Well, that was just to warm you up. Now it's time for you to get your real training, said Orochimaru with your sensei. As Naruto got to his feet and so did Nagato. As both Naruto and Nagato walked off as they went to the other side of the court. Naruto, we both share the same chakra type. Win. Yes, said Naruto. Good, this means I can teach you some of my own techniques. The chakra of the Kyuubi may not be as powerful as my Rinnegan, but your chakra will prove far superior to a normal wind style user. My chakra? Naruto asked. The technique I use, such as Almighty Push, I will teach you to do it in your own way by using your wind chakra. How do I do it? Naruto asked. So, like this, you're going to learn how to fuse your chakra around your enemies, to pull them towards you with your wind chakra, and to push them away. You're going to simply focus your chakra like an iron door with enough force to push something away. Hey Naruto, said Nagato, as he looked over his shoulder to look if anyone was listening. When I die, you won't die, said Naruto. If I die, you shall inherit my power. You mean, yes Naruto, when I die, you will inherit my Rinnegan. Make this world yours, said Nagato. But how? How can I possess the Rinnegan? The Rinnegan is the eyes of the sage himself, with the power to build and destroy as you see fit. The sage has two sons. One of them created the Senju and the other one created the Uchiha. To possess the Rinnegan, you must have both DNAs from each clan. But Nagato, I don't have any Uchiha blood in me, or Senju for that matter. Ah, and that is where you're wrong. The Uzumaki clan is related to the Senju clan. Senju blood flows in the both of us. Then what about the Uchiha part? I am not sure how I awaken mine. Maybe I'm related to a Uchiha, said Nagato. You on the other hand. As Nagato tapped Naruto on the chest with a smile. The material that we plugged up the hole with, it's from Zetsu. The plant guy? Naruto asks. Correct. He's half Senju and half Uchiha. His black half being a Uchiha. Yes, Madara Uchiha DNA was found in the black half. The white half held the DNA of Hoshirama Senju. Together, it was a perfect match. So I am compatible for the Rinnegan? Said Naruto. You are more than compatible. You also share my chakra type. Your abilities will be the same, if not stronger than mine. Stronger? How? Well, I am old, Naruto. Also, the Kyuubi might help, unless he becomes a problem. Trust me, he won't. We understand each other now. I guess we're allies, said Naruto. Allies with the Kyuubi? Yeah, said Naruto. So let's get on with some training, uncle. I said call me Nagato, said Nagato. Nagato then went over as he picked up a chair and placed it a few feet away from Naruto as he placed a kunai on top of it. Here, try this. Grab it. What? Naruto asks. Without moving, grab it with your wing chakra. Naruto tensed up as he tried to pick up the kunai. I can't, it's not working, Nagato. Think of it like this. When you're using the Rasengan, your chakra is not a ball anymore. It has unraveled, like a lot of yarn in front of you. Okay, like a rope, Naruto said. Exactly, now lash that rope onto the kunai with your mind and pull it. It's similar to the chakra strings that Sasori uses, but it is not physically there. They are the currents of wind energy. You control everything with wind touch. Alright, I'll try, said Naruto. But nothing happened as Naruto got furious. Why the hell he cannot grab a simple kunai? As Nagato walked over and picked up the kunai, as Naruto shook his head. Well, the kunai is perfectly fine, so try again. Alright, Naruto said, as he tried one more time. As Naruto was pumping out a lot of chakra, as the kunai moved to the left, Naruto then fell on his knee. What the hell was that? Said Naruto. Why did I lose so much chakra already? Don't worry, Naruto. Once you get the hang of it, you will learn to restrain your chakra. So Naruto continued the process, and after an hour he was able to pull the kunai off of a chair. As he started to adapt to his new technique, he hoped to use it when he's ready to attack Konoha. We skip to Uzu. As the place was ruined, the buildings were destroyed. The only life that was here were the birds, the lizard, and the small creatures on the island. As they made their way to a building, the Uzu Cage building, the leader of this village should be living there. The village seemed to have survived the onslaught. This building would become their home for the next few months. Despite its appearance, it still held sleeping and living facilities that will suit them for the while they set up more permanent things. Kakashi was uneasy. He did not like this idea one bit. Naruto said that he will become the new Uzu Cage. Were they not in his city right now? The worst place possible? As Kakashi hoped that he will not have to face his long-lost student in a place like this. Tsunade, this is a bad idea, said Kakashi. Naruto wanted to become the Uzu Cage of this very village and restore his clan. Uzu Cage? That's a title I have not heard in a long time. I am not surprised. If the world fall into his hands, he will need a fortress to rule it from. Which is why we are not in the right place. Naruto will come here soon. I get your point, but both Akatsuki and Danzo will be searching for us and they will not find us here. The only way we will get caught is if Naruto came here himself, and he will not do that until the world is under his control, said Tsunade. I suppose, said Kakashi. Don't worry, said Tsunade. I have sent word out. We will be joined by our loyal comrade from the village and our allies from the sand till we are back on our feet. The sand? Kakashi said. I sent word out to the Kazekage Gaara. They will be here in a few weeks. We have to hold out until then. Any help is better than nothing then, said Kakashi. As they entered the main hall, as the floors and the ceilings were still in good condition, but they looked old nonetheless. They set down their things in the main hall as they scouted out the complex to learn the layout of the land. Asuma then called out, "Hey Kakashi, check this out." "What is it?" Kakashi asked. As he walked over, the walls were covered in markings, ancient markings that the Uzumakis had kept for themselves. In the center was an eye. It was a snake eye as it was closed. Kakashi looked at it closely until Asuma rubbed his hand over it. As it felt so real, the eye then opened as there was a sound like a siren going off. "Turn it off," said Kakashi. "I don't know how. Damn it, if we leave it, every ninja in a 1 mile radius will hear this." Kakashi flipped out a kunai as he stabbed the eye as the room returned back to normal. As the others rushed into the room as they wonder what the hell just happened, as the eye turned black and it closed. "What was that?" said Asuma. "Damn it," said Tsunade. "That's a calling siren." "Calling what?" "More snakes." As everyone turned as they heard hissing coming down the hallway, something was sliding towards them. As the darkness was hiding the thing, as all of them drew their weapons and readied themselves. It was then white snakes came at them with their fangs, venom dripping from their mouth, as the group had to went into an all-out war with the snakes that came in to bite down on their neck. As the group was slicing and dicing, "They just keep on reforming," said Asuma. "Yeah," said Anko as she sliced another snake, but it reformed. "Everyone's jump back. Let's give this a try," said Sasuke as everyone jumped back. "Amaterasu," he said, as black flames started to burn the snake's body. As the snakes were burned until nothing was left. As Sasuke then fell to the ground, his eye bleeding, as Sakura ran over to him and helped him up. "That Amaterasu will drain your chakra, Sasuke. I advise using it as little as possible." "Yes, Sensei, but it worked, right?" "Indeed," said Tsunade. "We are safe." "So who set this trap?" "Well, the first thing that came to my mind was Orochimaru." "So you think we have been discovered?" asked Asuma. "No, I think we're safe for now," said Kakashi, as they all walked off. As Asuma looked back at the snakes, "I am sorry, Kakashi, but Kurenai is my family, and family come first." "Danzo," he said, "hurry up before I ruin it all." As he looked back at everyone walking off. 10 hours later, Naruto and Nagato were on the other side of the wall as they were doing another challenge with the two girls. As Naruto had learned how to use his wind chakra to the point of the almighty push and universal pull, but he wasn't so good at it yet, but at least he learned something. As the both of them mentally prepared themselves for anything that the girls might throw at them. "Are you ready?" Nagato asked. "Yes, Sensei." "I said just Nagato." "Alright." "Yes, Sensei." "What's wrong with you?" "I said just Nagato." "Oh, sorry about that," said Naruto. "Alright, yes, yes, Nagato." "So what's the plan?" Naruto asked. "We don't have a plan. We're just going to improvise, especially when the enemy is listening to us." As Naruto looked up to see a paper butterfly, as they then heard a giggle as the butterfly flopped away. So that is why they were prepared for us the first time. "Now, begin," said Nagato, as the wall went down. As they stood face to face with their opponents, Hinata and Konan has also been training, as her eyes had the Byakugan activated, as her fists started to get enveloped by blue flames, as it formed 2 lion heads, as her ear fluttered by the shock, as Konan was 2 meters in the air with her wings, and paper shuriken around her as she was serious. Nagato smiled. "Naruto, show them your newly mastered powers." "Alright," said Naruto. Naruto then closed his eyes. "Kurama, you ready?" "Go ahead, kid," said Kurama. As red chakra started forming around Naruto, seeping out from his stomach. As it completely enveloped him, 3 tails spurred from behind him. As his eyes went red with slits, his fingernails grew long. But unlike previous transformation, Naruto was in perfect control. Hinata was shocked. "The 9 tails? How?" she said. As Nagato smirked. "Naruto and Kurama has grown close ever since we found them, more since his death. All they had to do was trust each other, as right now Naruto had almost full control of the Kyuubi. As Naruto grinned, so much power. It is awesome. Let's do this. As Naruto rushed towards them, as Konan came at Naruto, but Nagato used his universal pull and pulled her down, as he appeared in front of her. Hinata and Naruto rushed together, as Hinata started saying swipe after swipe, as she was coming in hard, as Naruto jumped back. So you're serious? Yes, I am, because if I lose, I have to give Konan back rub for the next week. Naked? Naruto asked. You're such a pervert, she said. Sorry, but I have a flag to get, as he tried to burst past her, but she sent out blue flames as he stopped Naruto right in his tracks. As she rushed towards him again and started sending fist after fist, but Naruto dodged as he kicked away her feet as she dropped on the ground. He then kissed her on the forehead as she kicked him right in the nuts. As Naruto fell down, damn it, you're this serious, he said. As he was in pain, he slowly got back up to his feet. Sorry about that, said Hinata. We have to try the fox bullet, said Naruto. As Nagato smirked, sure. He then landed on the ground as he used an almighty push to push him forward. As he appeared behind Naruto, he placed his hand on Naruto's back, who went down on all fours. Almighty push, he said. As Naruto shot past Hinata in a blinding speed, no one could see him with his already speed and the force of the almighty push. But he slammed right into the flag and slammed into the wall as the flag was burned from the flames and steam that was coming off of him. Naruto stood up as his cloak around him vanished. His seal closed once again as he had the remains of the flag in his hand, which was just a pole because the flag was burned. Orochimaru started to take notes, the power of the Kyuubi, also with jutsus. As he was taking notes, it was then that a white snake crawled to his feet as it came up as it whispered something into his ear. As Orochimaru's eyes went wide after listening to the snake, as he wondered if he should tell Naruto or this will get him in trouble. But this was too important to not tell him. I must tell him. We cannot keep pampering him every time he falls down. Orochimaru then jumped down as he walked over to the court. Naruto, Nagato. What is it? Naruto asked. I have dire news. You might want to sit down. If it is that important, go ahead and tell me, said Naruto. Well, if you say so. As Nagato stood there as well because he wanted to hear the news. Your old friends, Naruto. Well, your enemies. As Naruto's smile turned into a frown. What about them? They have trespassed on your village. Right now as we speak, Sasuke and Sakura walk on the very stone of your clan most sacred temple. They have set up their base of operation where your clan perished a long time ago. What? Said Nagato. They are at Uzu? Yes, but I am afraid that is not all, Naruto. As Naruto squeezed his fist until blood was coming out of his palm as his fingernail was digging into it. So, what is it, Orochimaru? He asked. I just learned when the Uzumakis were destroyed generation ago. They placed a lock on the village. The lock would be broken when the destroyers of the Uzumaki clan returned to the village, and doing so, the destroyers would be revealed before all. What? Said Naruto. Well, let me put it more simply. The destroyers of the Uzumaki clan were the Uchihas. Naruto dropped down as all the seals were breaking apart. The rage was consuming him as click, all the seals. As it clicked to up to 7, there was only 2 left. As his skin started to tear off, as his skin turned into a reddish black with pure dark chakra. Naruto, calm down, said Nagato, as everyone jumped back as Naruto let out a devastated roar. But something was different. They heard Naruto's voice as bones grew on his arm and came around the fox. Uchiha, have to kill, said Naruto, as he disappeared in a blur. What do we do now? They asked. Follow him, said Nagato. But guys, we end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. And go ahead and check out the final episode of What If Naruto Was Trained to be a Mercenary, and enjoy. And also guys, I'm gonna be posting What If Naruto had 9kk Genkai after this, so stay in tune for that and enjoy as well guys. And thank you all for your help and your support again. And remember, if you're new and you enjoy the videos on both channels, what are you waiting for guys? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and also Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all again for your help and your support. But for now, I'm out of here. See you in What If Naruto had 9kk Genkai. Peace.